Alright guys, let me tell you about something truly special, a dessert that's pure comfort in a dish. It's called Maja Blanca, a brilliant Filipino pudding you'll fall in love with. Imagine the creamiest, silkiest coconut pudding you've ever had, with a gentle sweetness that's just right. Smooth texture that melts in your mouth, a beautiful, luscious wobble that's just so satisfying. It's like a big, warm hug from the inside out, simple, honest. The star of the show is proper coconut. Good quality coconut milk for a rich tropical taste. It transports you to a sunny beach. Then we add little jewels of sweet corn kernels. They might sound unusual, but they add a lovely pop of sweetness. And a surprising, delightful texture that cuts through the creaminess. It's a classic Philippine combination. The quantities fill a standard 8x8-inch pan. Right then, before we get our hands dirty, let's get all our bits and bobs in order. Good cooking starts with good prep, or as the professionals say, mise en place. First up, the ingredients. You'll need 2 cups, about 480 milliliters of full-fat canned coconut milk. Don't skimp on this, it's where the flavour comes from. Then grab 1 cup, 240 milliliters of whole milk. Or for a richer taste, use evaporated milk. For sweetness, 1 cup, 240 grams of plain white sugar. For the set, 3/4 cup, 95 grams, cornstarch, corn flour. 1 cup, 240 milliliters of cold water to make the slurry. This step prevents lumps, have it ready. 1 cup, about 150 grams of canned sweet corn kernels drained. A pinch, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of vanilla extract, optional. Topping, 1/2 cup toasted coconut flakes, or traditional latik. Now the tools, an 8x8-inch, 20x20 cm square baking pan. A medium saucepan, 2 to 3 quarts. A separate mixing bowl for the slurry. A good whisk, a wooden spoon, or a heat-proof spatula. Measuring cups and spoons. Light prep makes the process a breeze. Lightly grease the pan with neutral oil, or line it with parchment paper. Whisk until completely smooth, no lumps. Let it sit while you finish prep. Measure out the rest of the ingredients so they're ready. Easy peasy. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Grab your medium saucepan and pop it on the stove. Pour in your 2 cups of lovely coconut milk, 1 cup of whole milk, or use 1 cup of evaporated milk. Next, tip in the 1 cup of sugar. Add that little 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give it all a gentle stir with your whisk, or use a wooden spoon to get everything acquainted. We're not looking for a vigorous mix, just a little swirl to help the sugar start to dissolve. Now, turn the heat on to medium. Be patient. Warm the mixture slowly, keeping it stirred often. Look for warmth and a bit of steam rising from the surface. Do not let it come to a rolling boil. A hard boil can make the coconut milk separate. Once hot and sugar is dissolved, turn the heat down to a gentle medium-low simmer. Give the cornstarch slurry another quick whisk. It settles at the bottom. While stirring the warm milk constantly with one hand, slowly pour the cornstarch slurry in a thin stream with your other hand. Keep stirring. This is your secret weapon against lumps. Make sure the whisk or spoon reaches all the corners of the pan. You'll feel it start to thicken almost immediately. Keep it moving for about 5 to 8 minutes. Don't walk away. Watch the pudding transform from thin to thick and glossy. It should coat the back of your spoon. Once lovely and thick, add your drained sweet corn kernels. Then add the optional teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir for another minute or 2 to warm and distribute. And that's it. The cooking part is done. So, how do you know when your Maja Blanca is perfectly cooked? It's all about the texture, and there are a couple of brilliant little tricks to check for doneness. The most reliable test is the classic spoon coating method. After you've been stirring for a good few minutes and the mixture looks noticeably thicker, dip your wooden spoon into the pudding, dip your spatula into the pudding and lift it out. The mixture should cling to the spoon in a thick, opaque layer. It shouldn't be runny or translucent. It needs to have a real body to it, a proper pudding consistency that looks rich and substantial. Here's the clever bit to be absolutely sure. Once your spoon is coated in that lovely thick pudding, take your finger and draw a clean line right through the middle of it on the back of the spoon. If the line holds its shape and the pudding on either side doesn't immediately run back together to fill the gap, then you've nailed it. It's ready. If the line disappears straight away and the mixture floods back in, it means it's still too runny. Don't panic, just pop it back on the heat for another minute or two, stirring constantly, and then test it again. Once you're happy with the thickness, it's time to get it into the pan. Working quickly while it's still hot, pour that beautiful thick mixture straight into your prepared 8 by 8 inch pan. Use your spatula to help scrape every last bit out of the saucepan. We don't want to waste any of this gorgeous stuff. Nudge the pan a little to help the pudding settle, and then use the back of your spatula to smooth the top over so it's nice and level. Now, if you want to try something a little different, there's a brilliant optional baking step you can do. This gives the Maja Blanca a slightly firmer top, almost like a very light, golden skin, which adds a fantastic textural contrast to the creamy pudding underneath. It's not traditional, but it's a lovely little twist. To do this, preheat your oven to 350 degrees, 175 degrees. Follow all the stovetop steps as normal. Pour your cooked pudding into the pan. Let it sit about 10 minutes at room temperature to form a slight skin. Place the pan on a baking sheet and pop it into the preheated oven. Bake for 15-20 minutes. Keep an eye on it. Top should be firm to the touch and show pale golden brown spots. It won't rise, it's just setting the surface. Remove from oven and cool completely on a wire rack. Then cover and chill in the fridge for 2 hours. This gives a slightly more robust dessert with a subtle baked flavour. Whether baked or not, no Maja Blanca is complete without toppings. Classic favourite, a generous sprinkling of toasted coconut flakes. Use pre-toasted flakes or toast desiccated coconut in a dry pan until fragrant and golden. Another authentic topping. Latik. Latik are crispy golden brown curds made by rendering coconut cream. Serving this dessert is as easy as it gets. Maja Blanca is absolutely at its best when it's served chilled, straight from the fridge. The cold temperature really enhances its creamy texture. It makes it incredibly refreshing, especially on a warm day or after a big meal. Once you've cut it into those lovely squares, use a small spatula to lift them out of the pan and place them onto individual plates. It's a dessert that stands beautifully on its own, a perfect, simple end to any dinner. It's a crowd pleaser for sure, and it looks so elegant with that snowy white colour and golden topping. If you're lucky enough to have any leftovers, storing them is a doddle. Simply keep the Maja Blanca in its pan, cover it tightly with plastic wrap or cover it with a lid and pop it back in the fridge. It will keep well for up to 3 days, but for the best texture and flavour, I'd recommend enjoying it within 48 hours. The pudding can sometimes release a little bit of water after a couple of days, which is normal. I wouldn't recommend freezing it, as the freezing and thawing process can really mess with that silky smooth texture, making it grainy and watery. Now, a quick word on reheating. However, if you really fancy trying it warm, and some people do, you can gently warm a small piece in the microwave for just 10 to 15 seconds. It will become much softer and more like a warm, thick custard. Just give it a gentle stir before you eat it. But for the true Maja Blanca experience, cold is the way to go. So, my single biggest tip for success? It all comes down to that cornstarch slurry. You must whisk it until it's perfectly smooth before you add it to the hot milk. And you absolutely have to stir constantly while you pour it in. This is the one step that stands between you and a lumpy pudding.